Welcome to RetroLogic. I'm Sam Wagers here with Shannon and John Cummins, and the 3DS is retro. I can't believe it. But it's hard to think that it's as old as it is, because it lived through the rise and the fall of the Wii U. But we are celebrating the, is it 15-year anniversary?
15 years, yeah.
15-year anniversary of the 3DS this week. And we'll be talking about our top 5 games, the community's top 5 games, well, top 5 lists from the community, and more. But first, how are you guys doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, can't complain. Glad
Playing
to be
games.
games.
We
Yeah.
were playing some Amazing Mirror just this last weekend.
We did.
It went a lot better this time.
Oh,
much
way
better. now that we figured out the map system a little better, that made a big difference. I feel like.
The lag made a big difference.
I was going to say,
too.
having a better
and we didn't have as
hosting.
much lag. Yeah.
Wired connections, man. It makes a difference.
Yep. But yeah, it wasn't quite so bad then. It's still, it's a very interesting experience. I think overall I'm going to have a much higher opinion of it, partially because we're all playing it together.
Yeah,
I think that
that
helps.
I would love for them to revisit that kind of structure for a Kirby game, especially since really since like Return to Dreamland, the like core 2D Kirby games, especially when they're, I guess it's really just Return to Dreamland and Star Allies, but they definitely like pushed the multiplayer, and I think that's a very logical like place to take it, where you actually let people split up and explore and team up when they want to.
They're also very linear. Usually this is kind of the first really like just open-ended Kirby where you can really get to anywhere from any place.
Yeah, it really feels to me like taking the Great Cave Offensive from Superstar and turning it into a full game.
Yeah. Very much.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I do think like I do question like the layout and like the multiple like endpoints to stages feels weird for what is otherwise like a Metroidvania. It feels less like Dracula's castle and more like navigating a pretzel.
But I think a lot of it too is to kind of throw you off and like give that suspense. It's like you know it's going to be like an ending of some kind. Is it going to be a boss, or is it just going to be a goal door?
Yeah.
Or is it even going to be just another entryway to the hub?
Well, you know a little bit more if you find the map, right? Like once you find the map in a chest, then like you can you'll see the whole map of that level, and it makes it a lot clearer. But until then, I mean, there was a time we were just going in circles. Like we were in different parts. I do appreciate that we don't all have to be in the same screen.
Yeah.
So that is really nice that we can be in all 3 completely different parts of the game, and so it's easy for us to be like, all right, we're in this area, we're all going to split up, see what we can kind of find, and then if somebody makes their way, finds something, you can call, as long as you have enough battery in your phone in the game, in your
Somehow Shannon never has
somehow
phone battery.
I never have battery on my phone in the game.
He's talking to a lot of people all the time.
Apparently.
Yeah.
He's always calling that green Kirby in.
Forgot to charge it.
Yeah, and we have one computer Kirby that is always in these random spots. I'm like,
I do find myself wishing you could check the map on your own without pausing the game for everybody, because then I'd probably do it more frequently.
Yeah.
So like there's some frustrations, but at the end of the day, it's Kirby. I really like most Kirby games.
I also feel like the AI for the computer could be just even a tad bit better, because even if he kind of like maybe followed one of us, I feel like he just kind of off roaming around somewhere getting lost. and then he'll just
It'll
show up randomly whenever you make a phone call.
Yeah, it'll show up with some power up that we're like, where did you even get that from? And then it immediately just loses it.
Or he'll show up and push
Every
you
time.
off a cliff. And
Oh yeah, yep, that's happened.
But I've got to imagine, like, for the people, for the person who actually like got this game when it was brand new and actually had 3 friends with the game and link cables and Game Boy Advances.
I don't think
and
that
like
ever
marathoned
existed.
it at a sleepover.
I don't think anyone did.
It had
this.
to be the coolest thing ever.
It would be for sure. Yeah.
If you're out there and you actually did do this, I would love to hear about it, because this kind of reminds me of like, you know, the Four Swords Adventures. It's like, I don't know a single person that actually played that game that way.
Right.
I mean, that's functionally been the problem I've had with every handheld multiplayer game that isn't Pokemon. Like, finding somebody else who has a second copy of the game on them currently to play with you.
Finding somebody that had an extra copy of Pokemon is a little bit different than owning 4 Game Boy Advances, the cables, and the games. It takes to hook it all up.
I mean, bringing it back to the 3DS, that I really liked when you could do a game, and you could basically do the link play, and sometimes you didn't even need the game. Yeah. I mean, that's how my son and I played a lot of the Mario Kart on the 3DS for a long time. We just had the one copy, and so he'd just link up, and he'd have to be a Shy Guy, but oh well.
I always pick Shy Guy anyway.
Well,
not anymore. There's too many characters. I change it up. Yeah, well, I mean, Kirby and the Amazing Mirror, pretty awesome. We'll talk more about the 3DS. But this is your weekly reminder, fortnightly reminder that RetroLogic is not just a podcast. It's a whole community of retro gamers. We have an active, friendly, and fun Discord with Free Stuff Friday, every Friday, or at least almost every Friday, free stuff. We have a lot of cool people who you should meet and hang out with, because they're into retro games and they celebrate Plocktober, some of them. Still, we keep it alive all year round. And yeah, it's a great time. And we have all of our shows, including FilmLogic and as well as RetroGroove and On Topic Retro. We just recorded an episode this last week on Skyward Sword, and there will be another one coming for
Super Castlevania 4,
the Retro Rewind Challenge.
Which reminds me,
I'm looking forward to that.
I need to also get to work on a new challenge now that you guys busted that one out in a couple weeks.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll be excited to see what it is. I'll try to make time. When they're the shorter games, I can make time for. And Super Castlevania is that is a game I'll just sit down and replay when I've got a weekend.
Yep.
It's a good time. With all that said, any other updates from On Topic Retro or the other shows that I'm forgetting? Because I didn't make notes this week.
No, I mean, after Castlevania, we'll do Link Between Worlds, just because it's already set and ready to go. It's just the next Zelda game that we're going to discuss. So look forward to that in the coming, it'll be, I guess, 3 weeks before we record that one. 4 weeks? I don't know. It's a little ways out, but it's next.
And for my part, I'm still streaming twice a week. It's been pretty regular. I missed yesterday, but I did roll credits on Armored Core Master of Arena. I still have a number of Arena opponents on Disc 2 to defeat, so I'd like to do that. I might do some of that off stream, but we'll see. I want to at least save the Champion Arena, which is supposed to be the hardest one, for another stream. And then I'll be on to the PS2 games. I'll be playing Armored Core 2, so yeah, As for Saturday, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is almost done. I don't know what I'm going to do after I finish Path of Radiance. Part of me wants to play Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn, but part of me wants to play something shorter, or just something different, something I haven't played before, since my backlog keeps growing. Backlog challenge aside. One Zack and Wiki down, but I mean, I bought 3 more games a week ago, so...
Throw one in.
That's what doing this show does to you.
You need to throw in Arcana.
Yeah, it's pretty rare I pick up like new Super Nintendo games that I'm excited about, because I've played most of the best ones at this point. But yeah, that one's got some Kirby in it too.
Yeah,
it's a HAL game released just before Kirby Superstar. It sounds just the sound sounds like Kirby. It's funny, like all the menu noises and things. That's the main thing I know about it.
I picked it up too. I need to play it.
Yeah, speaking of buying games, it's time for the Price is Retro. All right, for those of you playing along at home, this is how we play the Price is Retro. We each will have a list of 3 to 5 games, and we will each guess on each other's list as to the total value of the lot. Whoever gets the closest guess wins that lot, and whoever wins the most lots wins the game for the show. We also have our trio of AI competitors: Leonard the Dinosaur, who guesses the original retail value approximately of each game; Poltergeist the Ghost, who guesses 300 every time and is probably the most effective of the 3 of them, to be honest; and Deus Guess Machina the Robot, who averages all of the host's guess to make his own guess. So they work as a team. We have... I don't know what our record is this season for just humanity versus them. It seemed like for a while they were winning a lot, but I think
lately,
we've come
though,
back.
I feel like we've been taking back.
We got our
wins.
groove back.
We've definitely been cleaning up a little bit better than we were.
So, with all that said, John, would you like to present the first? And we have a guest list this week too, so we'll have 4 lists.
Yes. Okay. So, as I was mentioning before the show started, since we're doing our top 5 3DS games, and I didn't really have any other lists that I could think of off the top of my head, I did the second half of my top 10. So the games 6 through 10 as my list. And
honorable mentions.
Yeah. As I also mentioned, my list is also pretty fluid. So kind of my top 5 kind of can go in any slot. And then the latter half of my 10 are also really not in any particular order. They're just my top 10. These are all 3DS and these are all complete in box. My first game is Hey Pikmin. My second game is Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon. My third game is Heroes of Ruin. My fourth game is Kid Icarus Uprising. And my fifth game is Ever Oasis.
All right, I can go ahead and guess first.
Okay.
I have $210.
All right.
I have $115.
Ooh. There's a big $100 gap there.
Okay. So let's see. Just to let you guys know, the Dinosaur is at 200. So he's right underneath Shannon.
Wow,
and the total of my lot is $160.36.
Okay.
I think that goes to the robot.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one definitely goes
That's pretty
to the
much
robot.
right. And Brian, but as soon as I said that, I'm like, it's probably a little higher.
Yeah,
I was probably lowballing Kid Icarus Uprising because I know that's gone up.
Yeah, I messed up somewhere.
You would have lost either way, because even the dinosaur had a better guess than Sam, and Shannon was over by more than what the dino 50, was.
Yeah.
So yeah, they took that round. The breakdown of my list. Also, as I was saying before the show, these games have come down a lot. Hey Pikmin Complete is going for a whopping $23.45. Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon is $14.99.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really cheap.
Wow.
Heroes of Ruin Complete is $15.92. Kid Icarus is the only thing that was really propping this lot up at $76.01.
Yeah, 70. Okay.
And then Ever Oasis Complete $29.99, which still $10 less than whenever it originally launched.
Huh.
All these are cheap. Everyone should be going to buy these games if you don't have them already. Kid Icarus is
a bit,
I believe, it's the big box with the stand. You could probably find this complete just the cartridge and case for less than that.
Wow. I wasn't expecting those first-party games to be quite that low.
Oh yeah, they're falling down.
They had gone down, but I didn't realize that much.
Whew. Well, Ever Oasis especially, because that's a late. Usually the ones that are cheap are like the launch games that like everybody's buying,
right?
Even the people that don't really want them. But yeah, those ones that come out late in the system's life when most people have moved on.
There was a time shortly after the Switch launched that I think Ever Oasis was like $65.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Ever Oasis actually launched after the Switch.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess
same year,
shortly after the Switch.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was actually a good segue, because my list is 3DS games that came out after the Switch. Originally, I had 5 of them. Ever Oasis was one of them, so I'm just going to remove it, because we already know it's $29.99 complete. So, the other 4 are going to be Fire Emblem Echoes, Shadows of Valentia. And these are all going to be complete, and they're all for the Nintendo 3DS, of course. Second, Metroid Samus Returns. Third, Etrian Odyssey Nexus. And fourth, Cold Sept Revolt.
I guess it's my turn to go first, since I just did my list. I think. Or who went first last time?
I did.
Shannon did. So...
You go first, I'll go first on Shannon's.
Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. I think I'm going to go 190.
190.
Now you're making me re-question mine, but I'm going to go with it because that's what I had. I had 125.
Well, John is pretty much spot on.
Wow, nice.
Just $2.70 low.
Wow.
Total is $192.70. Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia, $34.48. Metroid Samus Returns is a whopping 52 cents more expensive than that at $35. Etrian Odyssey Nexus, the highest in the list, $69.59. Okay. Cold Sept Revolt, $53.63.
Okay.
Now, that was a lot cheaper when I bought it, because I bought the physical.
It's come up.
It really has. It used to be dirt cheap on the eShop as well. So I think maybe after the eShop closed, because I think I remember it was still in the eShop, but then I realized I could buy it physical for like the same price.
I bought
it was going on sale for.
I bought the collector's edition from Zach for like $40 or $50. Had like everything in it, which is probably
does that one come with real life cards.
It does have some cards, but it also has like some dice and like an art book and a soundtrack. It's like $85 now.
It's not Unicorn Overlord, which came with its own entire card game.
Yeah, no, which I still want to play. I haven't played that yet.
We'll have to do the RetroLogic meetup, and we can all play the Unicorn Overlord card game.
That's right.
That'd be awesome.
I don't know. Maybe I can. If I make it to what is it that show in Kalamazoo this year?
Yeah, Michigan in the fall.
You and Tim and I can play the Unicorn Overlord card game.
That'd be cool. All right. My list. So, breaking with everybody else, mine are not 3DS games. Mine are all NES games. And maybe we'll see if you guys can kind of guess what the theme is, how they're all related. I don't think it's too difficult to guess, but we'll just see. And there are 4 of them. And they are all loose. So, no cardboard getting in the way this time.
Okay.
The first game is the 3D Battles of World Runner, or 3D World Runner. I saw both names, and I believe the box just says 3D World Runner. Second one is King's Knight. The third one is Rad Racer. And the last one is Rad Racer 2.
And these are all complete?
No.
Loose.
These are loose.
All loose. Okay. Okay, run through them again while I adjust my guess.
Not a problem, sorry. 3D World Runner. King's Knight. Rad Racer. And Rad Racer 2.
Okay.
You're first.
I got $140.
Okay.
I'm going to go 110.
All right. Yeah, I don't know who's going to win this one. I think John. The actual total is $43.14. So I don't think anything else would get it because the games would have been way more than that for the Dinosaur.
Yeah, everyone else is even further over.
One of those games would have been more than so. This list would have been very different priced with if they were complete. But the rundown 3D World Runner is $10.79. King's Knight $12.29. Rad Racer, $8.07, and Rad Racer 2, $11.99.
Yeah, I knew that the rest of those are pretty cheap, but I didn't know about the first one.
Yeah. So now the question is, do you know what the theme is?
Oh, I do not. I'm trying to think of what would tie those together. Because King's Knight is a Square game, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But Rad Racer is not.
Actually, it is.
Is it?
Yeah. So these are all Square games. These are the 4 that were not Final Fantasy.
Oh, wow.
That were released in the US.
Okay.
So 3D World Runner, they didn't publish, but they did develop. But Acclaim published it. And then the other ones are all Square.
I knew it and I didn't know it.
You did know it, though, in the end. So,
all right, we have one more list. And Flightsy said he has a list for me. He said it's not themed around the episode because as he said in the community couch, he actually hasn't played many 3DS games. But he did have some lists, and he was willing to update prices for us to make them current. And he sent me one of those lists The theme of this list is games people have built calculators in. So one of these is going to be Minecraft.
It's gotta be.
I haven't looked yet, but one of these is going to be Minecraft.
All right.
So here we go. Game number 1. I'm going to go through these a little bit slower because I'm going to input them into the dyno as we go. Game number 1, Minecraft for the Switch, complete in box. Game number 2, Terraria for Switch, complete in box. Game 3 is Super Mario Maker for the Wii U, complete in box. Game 4, Infinifactory for the PS4, complete in box. Game 5, Portal 2 for the PS3. Game 6, City Skylines for the Switch, complete in box. So these are all complete in box. Okay. Let me know if you need me to go through them again.
I think I got it. Who's going first? I guess it's the odd.
Yeah.
Case.
Let me look at this list one more time.
I can just volunteer. I've got my number.
All right.
157.
Mine was 140.
Okay, so hold on. Sam says 157.
Yep, 157.
Shannon's at 140.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go 160. And just to let you guys know, the dyno is at 360 right now.
I'd be very surprised if it was that much.
It will not be that. Okay, we are going to reveal the price now. Oh, wow. It's cheaper than I thought. $97.10.
Wow.
Which I believe that will go to Shannon.
Yeah.
The rundown here is Minecraft for the Switch complete, $18.99. Terraria for the Switch complete, $19.99. Mario Maker for the Wii U complete, $10.
Oof. Yeah, that was definitely lower than I thought.
Infinifactory for the PS4 complete is $8.01. Portal 2 for the PS3 is $12 complete. And then City Skylines for the Switch complete, $28.11. Okay. So I pretty much had like a blanket 30 on all the Switch games.
Mm-hmm.
And then I put 20 on Mario Maker, and then I kind of just put some fluff in there for Infinifactory because I had no idea.
Yep.
I knew Portal was going to be free pretty much. There's a billion copies of that game out there.
Yep.
All right. Okay.
So
well, that is
John got 2
retro.
rounds, right?
Yep. John got 2 rounds. You got 1.
So I think
Trio got 1. I got nothing.
I took the match. You guys put up a good fight, though.
Yeah. It was a good one.
All right. Thank you, Flightsy, for the list as well.
Yes.
We always appreciate a good list.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And no spot the fake this time.
Shannon, you got a trivia card that we can...
I do.
Maybe be good at, or maybe be absolutely horrible at.
Yeah, we'll see. It's luck of the
like
draw,
the last
right?
several have been quite easy.
Pretty easy, yeah.
That one card, both of them stumped us, though, remember?
Yeah, that's right. Well, let's see what we get today. In 1996 survival horror game Resident Evil, protagonists Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine work for Raccoon City's STARS team. What does STARS stand for? I would not.
I don't know, man.
I've never
Special tactical assault.
Response.
Your first
service.
combined, you got about half of them. So it's special tactics and rescue service.
Oh, nice. We put in a good effort.
That's right. All right, question 2. The Vive is a VR headset developed by Valve Corporation and which electronics manufacturer known primarily for making Android smartphones?
Isn't it the Hisense or whatever? No, wait, no. What is it's Gosh, I know this.
I wouldn't have known this one.
I know it, but I can't. It's not Samsung.
Nope. That's yeah.
It's the other phone.
Motorola?
No,
it's not Motorola.
Not Motorola. It's Android.
It's not Motorola, but I love that guess.
What's the? It's like I can't. Does it begin with an H?
Mm-hmm.
It's like the Hawaii or whatever.
Oh, Huawei.
Huawei or whatever.
Huawei.
I was thinking of.
I don't know. It's like Chinese. Yeah.
HTC.
HTC.
Oh yeah, I would have.
They make the budget TVs, right?
I think so.
I think so.
But also, apparently, they help make.
Well, I mean,
VR.
now that you say it, it like comes right to the front of my mind that it's the HTC by.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I do not keep up with VR at all.
Yeah.
So that's just one of those things. It's a willing blind spot almost.
So there we go. Another card that stumped us.
Yep. Just never know what you're going to pull out of that box.
We gave it a good effort, though. I was close.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what HTC stands for.
It stands for the same thing STARS stands for.
Yes. Habitat Tactical Center. Just throw words in there.
Okay, well, that's it.
Computer Corporation.
Oh, how original.
Wow. That's like the most generic thing that could stand for. You need to do some better branding. Better branding.
I bet they're tied
HTC.
to. They're probably tied to those other things that I said in some way. They probably make those. It's a sister company or a parent corporation. Anyway, move us along, Sam.
That's it for our games this week. We'll take a short break and come back with our top 5 3DS games. Welcome back to the third dimension. Which
turn your sliders up.
I don't know how anybody left the third dimension, but here we are. It's the 3DS.
It's like Paper Mario.
That's right.
Yeah, I kind of mentioned it. It is weird to think of the 3DS being like retro. And a thought did cross my mind that because I was really comparing it to the DS in a lot of ways. But the 3DS feels to me almost like a modern system, almost like a handheld, like modern games on a handheld kind of, like almost like the Switch.
There's a precursor.
And I think it's more that it's when handhelds finally, I think, caught up to the level of technical performance that pretty much lets you do everything gameplay wise you would want to do. Because like the DS, you had 3D games, but there was still a lot of like rough edges to like
there
just
were
basic 3D games on the DS. Whereas the 3DS, you pretty much had, you know, the kinds of games we've been playing since like PS2, GameCube. Maybe not in every aspect, but I think
very
close
comparable
to that level graphically. And to me, that's a bridge where it's like that's kind of what modern games feel like. There's been some shifts since, but I think a lot of it's more just. I think a lot of that's not due to technological limitations at that point. It's just due to trends and you know, what's popular. But I don't know. Maybe not everybody feels that way.
I mean, I think there was some technical limitation there, just mainly for Nintendo trying to keep costs down as much as they could. Having the stereoscopic 3D technology in the device already made it cost, you know, more, and it really wasn't capable of anything more than 240p. So it kind of limits what you can do there. And they came out of the gate and had to eat it because they had already overpriced themselves out of the market. Yeah. So I definitely think there were some technical limitations there. And I think that's the difference between the 3DS, you know, what Nintendo wanted to do and what with the Switch they actually did do, which is kind of bridge that gap even further to where it's almost non-existent. And, you know, I'd say probably 90% of Switch owners were probably super skeptical whenever we bought a Switch, that this would be as smooth of a transition from going from 3 pillars of gaming from Nintendo to basically one pillar that does a little bit of everything.
Nintendo did try to even out that power in the system a little bit, you know, in the second half of its life with the new system, right? The new 3DS.
And then released 4 games that utilized
it. And then released, it, and you know what? It is impressive to be able to play Xenoblade.
It is.
It's Xenoblade, the first Xenoblade Chronicles. It actually looks pretty good in 3D. It's just that the world is so big that it's too easy to get. It's just too small of a screen. Even with my 3DS XL, it's still hard because that game is just so massive. But it looked pretty good. So I mean, that was impressive. What else was there? It was like,
and to this day, I still do not believe Nintendo when they say that they needed the new 3DS to play Super Nintendo games.
Yeah.
No.
There's just no way. That was just,
That was a ploy to get people to buy the new 3DS, which they didn't even need to do because everybody that owned a 3DS bought the new one anyway.
Right. And if you don't have a 3DS, I'm sorry for you.
Yeah, you're too late now.
They go for almost as much as original Switch.
And you can't get the eShop. You can't you can't get Rhythm Heaven Megamix in outside Japan. Where it had a physical.
I looked the other day in my complete Hyrule edition, the gold one. It's worth like $700 now.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A 3DS should not cost $700.
No.
The other thing about the 3DS is that it does feel like the touch controls really took a backseat. There's definitely games that lean into them, but it's kind of like the state of like motion controls on the Switch. Like they exist, but the default is just games that you control with buttons.
Yeah.
It's almost like the touch screen became, in some ways, even the 2 screens. Because I'm trying to think about at least the games I spent a lot of time playing. I mean, I was grateful for the screen being small. Like it gets utilized, but like, did it need to be a separate screen, or is that more just this is a way to fit that much screen space onto a,
I think
still
that
portable
Nintendo
system.
still did a good job at using both screens. I don't know that I could say that for third parties. Like I'm trying to, it's been a while, but I'm trying to remember back at some, did it really just become a menu screen? Probably. I know Metroid used it quite a bit.
A lot of the time, a menu or a map, which is a fine use of it, I guess.
It's similar, I feel like, to how games really ended up taking advantage of the dual screen for playing the Wii U, right?
Yeah,
around that same time. Yep. It's like, yeah, there are some games that are really making the most out of using two screens. But yes, to your point though, it felt like there was a lot less touch based experiences. They were there, just not as much. I feel like you're right.
And I feel like Sam's statement of, the Switch going to Switch 2, I think it's really the best comparison that I never really thought about is the DS going to the 3DS, because whenever you think about it in their base form, it's basically the same iteration jump.
Yeah.
A lot of the 3DS games didn't really look miles better than DS games. Like there was still a lot of the same kind of things being made there.
I think some of the later ones.
I feel like it's definitely way more powerful.
Did.
But I mean, when you look at the jump between the Switch and Switch 2, there's also a lot more power there as well. But
yeah.
But I'm saying they were both backwards compatible with the previous consoles. The DS was mega successful, like the Switch, sales wise. I mean, there's a lot of great comparisons between those two consoles. Hopefully, it's not a 1-to-1 comparison where the Switch 2 just only sells like 2/3 of what the Switch did.
But what if the Switch 2 finally gets themes?
That would be cool. Or folders.
We have groups.
I was going to kind of throw it into my honorable mentions when we get there, but I'll just say now, because you brought up themes, I played way more of that Rabbit Crane game. Different elements and I swear I probably put actually more money into it sometimes than I did buying some actual games.
The sticker game?
Yeah. I had so much fun and would also get really frustrated at that stupid rabbit.
What was that called? What was the official name?
I thought they were medals. I never played this.
I did.
So I could be wrong.
I'm like Shannon. I didn't put money into it, but I played it a lot.
I did put some money into it because anytime they'd be like, "Hey, for $1 you can get so many pulls from this Legend of Zelda, the original Legend of Zelda set," I'd be like, "Crap! Well, here we go. I want all those." But yeah, I cannot for the life of me now remember
the collector part of your brain was activated.
Yep. They got me there.
I remember Street Pass being pretty fun.
Street Pass is another great
time that I first got it, at least.
Yep. Are you looking it up on your 3DS?
I'm trying to, but I'm not finding. I don't have it downloaded on my.
No, they're badges. Badge Arcade.
Badge Arcade. Yes.
Badges,
I was just
not
look it up. And it probably slowed down my 3DS. That's probably what slows it down when I turn it on. It has to
put all the badges on everything.
To put all the badges where they gotta go. But it's my whole, home screen is just decked out to mostly 8-bit theming, NES 8-bit theming.
Yeah, that's something I think the Switch 2 could definitely do. I know that, Nintendo was telling us that they didn't really want to try to bog the Switch down, the UI, but surely the Switch 2 has enough power to let us have folders.
It out. Yeah, I was going to say, they figured out how to make the eShop lightning fast on the Switch 2. I'm sure
that's all web browser based, so that's just strictly how fast the the Wi-Fi chip is on the Switch 2, I think.
Yeah, well, I don't feel like it's that much faster normally, but for some reason that eShop can load up real fast.
Oh, it downloads way faster.
Yeah.
Yep.
The point is that they definitely got to be able to figure that out, even if it's not a badge thing. It's just simple static themed pictures.
Yeah,
there's just no way that would.
Well, the thing is, like they changed the page for like the NSO rewards.
Yeah,
like it's all Mario Galaxy stuff right now because of the movie.
Right.
Also, let me get the Nintendo Music app on my Switch.
Yeah, I'd love that.
And let me play pick a song to put as the background music to the UI on the Switch. Something. I mean, you could do all kinds of things.
Yeah. How did we get stuck on things?
I was going to say, circle back to
things that the 3DS did.
The
circle
Switch
back to
the
the
3DS also had was some games.
Some great games.
5 of which are the best, according to each of us.
Let's do it.
So, before we get derailed further, I think we should get into our top 5 list. We can kind of bring up some other points when it touches on the actual games in question. Shannon, you want to just go first? What's your number 5?
So my number 5 is Dragon Quest VIII. So this is a port of the PlayStation 2 game, but minus all of the loading time, insane loading times. There are some things you give up, but I think you get a lot more in this game that, to me, makes it the definitive way to play Dragon Quest VIII, at least for now. And this is where I really actually fell in love with Dragon Quest VIII. I mean, I had played it on PlayStation 2, but those loading times kind of lowered the game itself in my head. But without them, I'm like, this is a great game, great characters. Some of my favorite characters in the series are in this one. So that is why I have it as my number 5.
Yeah, I'm very new to Dragon Quest, but it is my impression that 8 is kind of a fan favorite, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just looking at because that's one of the alternates of hero that's in Smash, right? Yeah. Is the hero from 8.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
They like to throw that costume in quite a few.
Yeah, 3, 5, 8, and 11 are like what people consider to be the top of the series. Those are the fan favorites. So
you get the costume for 8 in 7.
Yeah, that's right.
And I chose to play that way.
I have that because it's definitive edition.
Yep.
Yeah. I agree there.
All right. I'll go next. My number 5 is one that I put on every single spot on the list. Thought about taking off the list. Felt horrible not to have on the list at the same time. So it's very complicated. But my number 5 is Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. It's very difficult for me to place it in terms of ordering, which is why I wasn't sure if it really belonged in the top 5 or not. Because on the one hand, just with the game coming out on 3DS and Wii U, I do actually think there's a lot of things the 3DS version does better. But at the same time, just because of the limitations of playing it handheld, as soon as the Wii U version came out, I never played this again. So it's very bizarre because this is both probably the game that came out on 3DS with the single highest amount of hype for me out of any game on the 3DS. Up there out of any game, period, really. I mean, the lead up to Smash Bros. 4 was insane. The Mega Man reveal was insane. I don't think you can ever recreate that, at least for me. And then at the same time, it is probably the 3DS game that I am least likely to spend any time playing again. So it's just, I mean, there were some great memories with it. And there are some merits to Smash 4, mostly like fooling around with custom moves and things. And I do think Smash Run was great and needs to come back. That would probably be the thing that would get me to actually play it again. Would be to play Smash Run.
Smash Run, is that the one where you?
It's the city trial
you played.
Mode.
Yeah. I mean, basically, what he brought into Kirby Air Riders, right?
Well, he started with Kirby Air Ride
from Kirby Air Ride,
right,
and then came back.
Yeah. Yep.
So. But, I'm in a similar boat with Smash 4 on 3DS, except for even worse than you. I only played the demo for it, and then I purchased it. I don't know that I ever even opened it because I started playing the Wii U version, and like you said, it never went back from there after that.
Well, there was a couple of months where it was the only version out.
Yeah,
and it was all I was playing.
I wasn't in that big of a hurry to get into it, I guess.
I remember that I was just going to pick up the Wii U version, and I was like, I can just wait for that. And I happened to be in Target, and it was sitting on the shelf. And so I'm a casual Smash player. I have all the games. I enjoy them. But I'm not going to put a lot of solo time in them, I'll be honest. And that's why I was just going to wait. But actually, I ended up buying it because then I found out that Nintendo was going to send you the soundtrack if you bought both versions. Nice. So I bought both versions so I could get that soundtrack, which is still such an amazing Nintendo soundtrack. Because it's got like just about every game series you can possibly imagine. That would be in there. So, but it is one I do remember liking that mode then, where you would kind of run around trying to level up basically, and before you even got into a match. And that was
I also think that as far as exclusive stages between it and the Wii U version, it got the better of them. But that's a whole side tangent on Smash stages and stage gimmicks.
We could do a
and
Smash
appropriate
show.
Stage gimmicks. I think we have.
We have. I think we've done pieces of. I don't think we've done a just sit down and talk all the different Smash games, but I think it's come up over different episodes.
Oh, it's definitely come up.
My number 5, I'm going to keep short and sweet because we've talked about it a bunch already in other shows and stuff, but it's Fire Emblem Awakening. And we've talked this one a bunch. It kind of saved the franchise.
But at what cost?
Yes. It's kind of like Thanos, asking what the cost was.
It was part of my honorable mentions. I'll just say that because it does do some stuff that I really don't mind, but also it is kind of the switch from the classic
it's
to the new era.
I played the crap out of it when it came out. I mean, I mentioned this on our Fire Emblem show. I played the crap of it when it came out. It was the year I bought my 3DS. I asked for it, I think. I wound up getting 2 copies of it for Christmas from different people.
You played both.
Played through it on Lunatic Plus. Lunatic. I know Lunatic Plus is stupid.
I mean, all the
Lunatic
weird...
Plus is stupid. I think I might have, but I played through on Lunatic. Which you're just gambling on pair up block chances at that point. Like I don't know. We don't need to retread that though.
all the things aside, like I'm similar to you is in like I think I put the most time in this one of all the 3DS Fire Emblems. So
for sure. If
I'm going to put one on the list, that's probably the one that's going to go on the list.
I think it's deserving. It's not like it's a bad game by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, it's not on my list anyway, but my honorable mention goes to Fire Emblem Echoes Shadows of Valentia.
Yeah.
I think that's actually the best Fire Emblem on the 3DS.
And that's the one
It's the last one, so it has the benefit of just like the characters have feet.
Yeah, I need to track down a copy of
actually
that.
Have feet. That's how Sam's top 5 or his That's how his top list goes.
That's the weird thing in Fire Emblem Awakening. They don't have feet. They just have
that's kind of like nubs. I know, but they did that in like Bravely Default, and like it was a thing with Fire shortcut.
Emblem. That Shadow Dragon, the game that doesn't exist, they don't have faces.
Yeah. They got to cut corners.
I don't know why
to give us a good game.
The art style for Fire Emblem got so weird on I don't know. Shadows of Valentia, though, not to talk about it too much because it didn't even make my cut, but it also was the first game to have full voice acting, for which was really impressive at the time. And I think it has the best character design in almost any. Well, I still like the Tellius games best, but I think it's miles ahead of that's a whole issue I didn't even get into on the Fire Emblem episode, but modern Fire Emblem character design I don't like it.
So we have, you heard it here first. Sam is going to place this one because they have feet and because they have voices.
Yes. But it's still not top 5.
All right. Well, let's keep going. Shannon, where you got for 4?
So for number 4, this was kind of a hard one because I felt like it did belong in my top 5 just because I do think this is again the current definitive edition of this game, and that's Zelda Ocarina of Time. It really is the best way, in my opinion, to experience the game that we have currently. And it did kind of make the world feel just different and alive and just in a little different way. That not that it felt like a completely new game to me, but enough where it kind of like re-sparked those feelings that I had when I first played the original. So unfortunately, my 5th and 4th game are ports. But
I was gonna say, yeah, these totally would have been on my list. But
these are only port. These are the only well, maybe
the rule that I kind of made for myself is that I was going to try to keep my games to be an original to 3DS.
Yeah,
if I could.
I typically exclude ports, and I typically will not stack multiple from the same series if they're different enough. Maybe, but it just because that makes for a pretty boring list. Like,
oh sure,
I'm going to sit here and be
boring.
Like,
Listen,
here's
Sam,
here's the
just
best
because
NES
you're the host
games
tonight.
Somebody's top 5 is all
games.
Pokemon
Mega Man
games.
2, Mega Man 3, Mega Man 4, Kirby's Adventure, Mega Man 5.
Yeah,
there we go.
So I told you I had a hard time, and I almost didn't, but it really, I can't get away from my Zelda roots either. But I will say, looking back through the rest of my list, this is the only other case of it being a port.
But you do have another Zelda game on your list.
Don't be looking ahead.
Yeah.
Come on, if you guys don't have that game on your list,
and to be honest, though, I think I would be willing to. I'll tip my hat, though. Neither is on my list. But
Sam.
I think 2D and 3D Zelda is different enough.
100%.
It's when it's like Mega Man 2 and Mega Man 3. It's like I'll just pick one. I'll just pick whichever one I think is better, and because they're so similar to each other at the end of the day.
But it really is a great way to experience the game. One of the greatest games of all time.
It's the best way to until we get a new one.
Right. So I put it there. I do not include the Majora's Mask, which I think is actually a great game too. It's just, but I'm not including it even in my honorable mentions, even though I guess I'm honorably mentioning it here. Because I think that they made some just enough differences to that game to that there are a couple of downgrades. Was as much as it looks amazing, most of it plays pretty amazing. There are a couple things where I don't think it's necessarily definitive. So there we go. Just to get that one out of the way.
All right, Sam,
Or someone else go now.
what's number 4?
All right, my number 4 is Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story.
There we go.
This is, I think, the best game in the Mario Luigi series. That seems to be the general consensus for most people.
I mean, next to Superstar, I'm with you.
Yeah. I mean, it's peak Mario and Luigi. I really like the stuff with Bowser. I think that really did
Good
just
humor.
add that extra layer, that extra. It was fresh enough without being wildly different from what you wanted from a Mario and Luigi game. I don't know. It's been a long time since I played it. It's possible I would find Fawful annoying at this point. But he was definitely a fan favorite, and so bringing him back was.
And then and now you have a port
time.
on your list. Because wasn't Inside Story a DS game?
Inside Story was.
It was a DS game first.
3DS. It was a DS game.
I thought Inside Story was that was the remake that added.
I think it is.
Well, I haven't played the remake.
Boom! Now Sam's got a remake on his list.
I'm confused as to what's on 3DS. 3DS.
I think the only ones that weren't
so it's just Dream Team
and
Sticker Star, if you count that, because I guess that's a
I definitely have not played the remake, Star, so I can't.
What's the one with Paper Mario?
That.
I can't think of it now.
Yeah, 2009. Dang, my memory is very foggy.
Hey, that's okay. It's still a great game.
Well, I wrote down just Mario and Luigi, so maybe I meant Dream Team.
No, you didn't.
But I don't like Dream Team.
I was just saying that one's not going to be on anyone's top 5.
It's okay, but it's
Well,
because I remember
really
a lot
close
of people
to being the last 3DS game too.
Yeah, because I remember a lot of people. It kind of came out and people are like, "Well, the game itself is still really good, but it's still a game I can play already."
Yeah,
on the
that's
same
how
system.
I feel about remakes generally.
Because they didn't. I mean, they added in a little bit of the side.
It made sense when they remade Superstar Saga for the 3DS because that was a GBA game.
Games, yeah.
But then when they did Bowser's Inside Fury, I'm like, I can literally play that game on my 3DS right now.
Well, you know what? In light of that, scratch that from my list. Number 4 is now Rhythm Heaven Megamix.
Okay, that's acceptable.
It's the only Rhythm Heaven I've actually played, but it's kind of like if you can only play one, it should be that one.
That's the one.
Yeah,
even though the Wii was so stinking expensive. Okay, so my number 4 is Metroid: Samus Returns, which
good pick.
Not a port. This is like a totally remade game, so that's why I allowed it on my list.
That's fair.
This game, man, when it came out, like I just blazed right through it. I think I played it in 2 days and 100%ed it. So it's a fantastic reimagining of Metroid 2.
Yep. So this one would have been the top of my honorable mention list. It just missed my top 5. And I will say, so, and sometimes this might be a hot take for some people, but I think this is actually my favorite Metroid game.
This is a good one. This was probably my favorite before Dread.
Metroid, which is... Yeah, Dread is really good too, isn't it? But there's just something about this one that really clicked with me. Yeah. Yep.
I think we're getting another Metroid
it's
here soon.
Definitely
like
deserving of a mention. I was never as nuts about it as some people because I don't like the parry that much.
Yeah, but you can
didn't
get
have to
by
use
in
it.
this game without using it, really.
This game, for my memory, emphasizes it a lot more than Dread does.
It does.
That was something I was worried about going up to Dread. Was like I wanted them to just get rid of it.
I think there's a few instances where you have to use it, like in a boss battle. But
not major, though, I feel like.
Well, no, I think it's
because
like...
I was never great at it, and I was still able to get through.
Well, I think it's some of the boss battles. It's used as like a like an activating point for like the next stage or something, but definitely during normal combat, it's 100% optional. You don't have to use it at all if you don't want to.
Because in Dread, you pretty much have to get away from the enemy, right?
Yeah, in Dread you. If you get caught.
I mean, if it gets close, well, yeah, but it's going to eventually get close to you.
it's going to catch you eventually.
It's going to catch you. But yeah, it's definitely an awesome game, and it's probably one of the nicest looking games on the 3DS.
It's a gorgeous game. All right, number 3s. Let's do them.
Number 3 for me is Bravely Default, the original Bravely Default. I liked the formula. I liked the characters. Without getting into too much of story stuff, I will say that the only reason this isn't a little bit higher on my list is because the story kind of, it does something cool, but then it doesn't let up on that. You have to kind of play the game to really, I guess, get what I'm saying. But they go for a twist, but then
it just keeps twisting.
It just keeps twisting, and you're like, all right, I got it. Now let me finish the game. But it is I actually like the battle system quite a bit. And I like the job system. So that's it's probably my favorite RPG on the system.
It's also the only franchise I know that has 2 sequels to the first game.
Yes, because we got.
Well, I don't know. There was that. Was that in our Discord? People were talking about Zelda 2 versus A Link to the Past.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Which one's actually a sequel?
Oh,
because Miyamoto said something.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just saying they had
it's a side game.
Bravely Default had a game. It was, what was it, Second Layer or something? Something like that. Anyway, but it's the sequel. But then they come out with another game called Bravely Default 2.
Default 2.
Well, I mean, look, Square also had Final Fantasy X-2.
Yeah.
So
and 13.
Yeah.
And
I think
I guess it's just a Square thing.
The second one that's not called the second one is actually a direct sequel. Bravely Default 2 is not a direct sequel, story-wise.
Makes sense of it.
But
calling you out, Square.
Yeah, I think I always play the demos for Bravely Default games, but then I never buy them.
Oh, you need to play them, Sam. They're good.
See, I'm sure I would like it well enough, but these games always make me just want them to be Octopath Traveler instead.
I can see that.
I will be able to tell you right away. Are you a job system guy?
Yes.
Then you're going to love these games.
Yeah, these games really do a nice job. Like, you're not just going to a location and unlocking, like, jobs. Like, you have to basically, you get jobs by defeating certain bosses.
They're good. And like, they're actually a little bit less time consuming than Octopath.
Yeah. And it's interesting because you can really make use of the system to just fly through, random enemies, although they're not random. Like, you can see them on the map and stuff.
And I think you would like the battle system a lot too.
Yeah,
like taking advantage of.
You really have to on bosses.
I just think Octopath does it better.
Yeah,
on bosses you have to be very strategic, like in Octopath, like because you can't. You're just not gonna just like all out attack. Default and attack and beat a boss.
They're the same teams too, though, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, you're basically going to play the.
Yeah,
if you play,
they are very. That's why it invites comparison.
I was going to say, if you play Bravely, you're just playing the precursor to Octopath. I think you would like it though. Mm-hmm. Definitely, now you can play it on the Switch. You can just buy the remaster digitally for pretty cheap and play through it.
Yep.
All right, Sam, number 3.
My number 3 is also an RPG. And this is one where I had a spot for the series and had to kind of shuffle between which one do I actually want to put here. But this is going to go to Etrian Odyssey. There were a lot of these on the 3DS. All of them had demos. I remember playing all the demos before actually buying Etrian Odyssey 4. I'm going to give it to Etrian Odyssey 4. I went back and forth on not counting the remakes, because there are 2 remakes of the DS games. But between 4, 5, I kind of excluded mostly because I never finished it all the way. And so really between 4 and Nexus. Nexus has an absurd amount of content to it. I really got into it at the end of last year and enjoyed it a lot. But 4 is what got me into the series. So there's a little bit of a nostalgic pull. I think it was a lot more fresh. This was the first going from the DS games, because playing even the HD collection, which is more based on the DS games, made me appreciate how much of an upgrade the series got moving to 3DS, where you went from, and I like 2D sprites, but you went from 2D sprites to 3D models for the monsters, which I do prefer because they're animated, whereas the sprites are completely static. You went from FM synth soundtrack to a fully orchestrated soundtrack, which is a huge jump. And yeah, it's just, this is where I learned to love the series. I haven't revisited it in a while because I still have like 3 different games I haven't finished. But playing Dragon Quest has made me want to play Etrian Odyssey again, oddly enough, because it reminds me of it. I mean, right down to the Yggdrasil being mentioned constantly. Right. But also just they're both games that have modernized while staying very true to a classic conception of what an RPG is. So they have a lot in common in that respect.
Good.
Draw some maps on that second screen.
Utilizing that 3DS. My third game is Mario 3D Land. It had to go somewhere, and it's not quite as good as the other 2 games I have on my list. So, but I will say this is like the pinnacle of 3DS 3D games, like to use the actual 3D on.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure that they developed this game around the system, like around the same time. So, like, it's 100% what they intended the system to be. Most other people didn't have the same vision. Like, we mostly just got, similar in vein of like a 3D movie, where things just kind of pop out of the background a little bit. Mario 3D Land is not like that at all. Like, it is, the 3D is amazing in that game.
Yeah. So just as a spoiler, it's my number 2 game, so we'll be able to skip right by me. But and we talked a lot more about 3D Land when we covered our 3D Mario episode not that long ago.
I have now played like 3 levels of Mario 3D Land.
And were they as good as you?
It is, yeah.
As you were hoping?
I mean, I've played 3D World, so I have a pretty good baseline for what it should play like.
They have similarities, but they're also structured a little bit differently.
Yeah. They feel a little smaller in a lot of ways.
Yeah, they're more compact.
Because it's handheld.
Right.
You have a smaller screen to work with.
Yeah, the 3D makes up for it.
The 3D is so good in that game.
It is.
It's insane.
It's one of those where you can crank it all the way up and it actually
I
feels
think
good.
I realized I actually missed out on a lot of the handheld Mario games generally, because handhelds prior to the Switch were always systems I picked up late, which you would think I would just buy the Mario game because you'd get it cheap at that point, but usually it just,
there's no such thing.
It wasn't new, it wasn't getting talked about, so I just, was distracted by other stuff. So that's the case. I think the only other handheld Mario games I've played, as far as like core series platformers, are Mario Land on the NSO app on Switch.
Oh,
Oh wow, yeah.
Mario
Not
Land
even
and Mario
the
Land
new-
2.
Not the new 3D or the new Mario games.
No, I skipped the original New Super Mario Bros. I skipped that one. Didn't play any. I mean, the GBA was mostly the Super Mario Advance.
Right.
There was no original games,
there
yeah.
wasn't an original one there.
Unless you count Mario versus Donkey Kong.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess we can go right to Sam's number 2.
Yeah,
Shannon was on
We're
there.
reversing. Oh,
No, Shannon's
No,
number.
because mine was
also
3D
Mario
Land.
3D Land.
Yes.
Okay.
Go for my
My
2.
number 2 is Kid Icarus Uprising. I was thrilled to see Kid Icarus come back from being a dormant franchise. It didn't seem like a surefire thing at all, really. I mean, I know like he got redesigned for Smash, but that was at the time that was such a unusual thing anyway. And Smash had resurrected other characters. Like it's not like we ever got an Ice Climbers game just because they got put in Smash.
That's correct.
Or new Game & Watch stuff. But yeah, I really liked it. I do have some issues with the game, and it's not so much the controls as it is the camera for me. Particularly when getting like really deep into trying to beat every level on the max intensity. Like there's a lot of frustration when you have enemies on both sides of you. You basically can't see what one of them is doing. And you're pretty much trying to swipe blindly to get the dodge. Because you know the attack is coming. But there's like not really a visual cue for when to do it. Because you can't see very far behind Pit. I love the shooter segments. Those are all perfect. I mean, I wish we had a original Star Fox game for the 3DS, but we didn't. So Kid Icarus Uprising was the next best thing. Of course, we have Star Fox 3D, but that's a remake. So yeah, I mean, love the redesign of Pit. Love the uniqueness of the game. I really hope Kid Icarus sticks around somehow. I don't know what that looks like at this point. Because I don't know that Team Sora is going to necessarily make a sequel. I don't know that anybody else wants to. I think it kind of had its moment, but we'll see. You know, they brought him back once after
they keep kind of like
17
toying
years.
around with the I feel like Sakurai has made mention of things that make people think that he wants to do another one, but at the same time he's also come out and just said that he's probably not going to make another one. So
yep.
How cryptic he's being.
Well, you have to imagine he did Kirby Air Riders. Now it's time to make a switch to Smash Bros.
Most likely.
And that's going to take a while.
Maybe he can co-develop both of them at the same time.
Maybe.
If anybody could. So yeah, I've never played it. And it was mostly because I instantly started hearing all the negatives about the control, how it controlled, and how it was very painful to play. And that just, I got turned off by the idea of that.
Now, did they have a demo for it? I can't remember.
They
I believe they did.
This game would have. Well, maybe they didn't have a demo for a reason.
Yeah.
They probably didn't want people playing it without at least the stand.
Yeah.
Yep.
Even though I don't know anybody used the stand. My experience, I mostly played this game like lying down on the couch, like on my stomach. So that, alleviated a lot of, cramping your hand or whatever. Like there's ways to deal with it. I feel like.
I do wish I could try
and
it.
I actually really like aiming with the stylus. I think that does add something to the game. I do think you lose something if you make the Switch port with the dual stick controls. I feel about it like I feel about the Skyward Sword port. Like, I don't really want it. Now, if you want to make a sequel that controls that way and design it from the ground up to control that way,
I don't know that they
fine, I'll play it.
It seems kind of like it would be difficult to do a Switch port of it and still keep the stylus control. just because the Switch would be way more cumbersome to try to hold in one hand.
Mm-hmm.
To press buttons and aim with the stylus at the same time. You'd have to have another stand.
Yeah.
So hold the Switch for you.
Flat. Well, I mean, the Switch has its kickstand. The Switch 2 one might be sturdy enough, but that'd be a little tricky.
Yeah.
Definitely not on the Switch 1.
They might be able to figure it out, but I have a feeling that if they did try to figure it out, it would go dual stick.
Shoutouts to the multiplayer on Kid Icarus Uprising. That was amazing.
I've heard that it's good. I haven't played it.
Yeah. If you ever get a chance to play the multiplayer, I mean, I don't think you can play online.
I don't think you can play it now. Yeah, you'd have to play it local. I need to go back to Kid Icarus again. It's been a while. But that's not my number 2. My number 2 is Kirby Planet Robobot. And this was a very, very close to being number 1. Which, I mean,
it's a great game.
I think we all know what number 1 is for me by now if I haven't said it. But for Kirby Robobot to be that close, like, I mean, I had so much fun playing that game. So much fun doing the time trial stuff afterwards, like going through the levels. Just every bit of that game, like it was like I want a sequel to it, or something more similar to it than what we normally get out of Kirby. That game kind of totally changed how Kirby works in a lot of ways. It's really good.
It's on my honorable mention list for the reasons you just said. I actually originally bought it for my son for his birthday or Christmas. I can't remember which one. And I think he only played through maybe half of it. And then I picked it up and I ended up playing through the whole thing.
Yeah. No, it's not super long, but it doesn't have to be. And it just does so many new things with Kirby that I really enjoyed it. And the visuals, like it's a very visually good looking game. Kirby's not usually
my number
known.
1. I'll just tip my hand now. It's my number 1.
There we go.
It won out over Kid Icarus Uprising mostly because I thought about like how there are parts of Uprising that are frustrating, and I just came to a realization like I don't think I can say anything critical of Kirby Planet Robobot. Like I pretty much can't. Like it's basically
the perfect
best Kirby game. It took a long time, I think, for any Kirby game to dethrone Superstar, for me at least. But Robobot did it. I mean, and go figure. I mean, if they were, if this was a op targeted at me, it's like take Kirby, add robots,
put him in a mech.
Kirby's already like half Mega Man. He takes powers from his enemies.
Kirby's a god.
Pretty much.
Mega Man is just a man. All right. Shannon, let's wrap this up. We just have me and you with our number 1s now. Which that might be the same as well. Do we want to do any
honorable mentions?
Well, yeah, we could do some honorable mentions, I guess.
Honorable mentions.
Sam jumped the gun.
We all know what our number 1's going to be, but that's all right. So I'll just briefly shout out a few things here, and not go into great detail about any of them, but I do like the Super Mario Maker that we got for the 3DS. It definitely is different, but it's not. And in many ways, it's less, right? It's not as robust, but it's actually still very good. And they added a really cool like level system, like pre-made game levels and stuff like that. Zelda Picross. This was actually if you had
as a reward, right?
Club Nintendo or whatever it was at the time. Yep, you could get basically Twilight Princess themed Picross, and I thought that was really cool. Definitely played through that. Code of Princess. I picked this up as it was a cheap on the eShop Atlas game, but it's I guess it's kind of a beat 'em up is what you'd call it.
Yeah.
but it's got some other things. I found it
very Guardian Heroes ish.
Yeah. It's not super, or at least I don't find it super easy. I've never gotten to the end of it, but it's something that every now and then I like to pick up and put a little bit of time in. They
actually re-released it on Switch. It got like a DX version or whatever.
Huh.
On Switch.
Okay. I'll have to look into that. I did not know that. SteamWorld Heist is another one that I put some time into. That's a lot of fun. And actually, Shovel Knight. This is the first. I actually played Shovel Knight on 3DS before I ever played it on the Wii U.
Shovel Knight is a very fitting 3DS game.
It really
just
works
because it's not overcomplicated and visually it works with the softer screen of the 3DS.
Yep. So those are some of the ones I wanted to just kind of do a little shout out for.
I know I already kind of did mine through the Prices Retro.
I got a couple of mine. Well, Rhythm Heaven actually got promoted to the main list. I've already mentioned, I think, Cold Scepter Volt. So that's also an honorable mention from me. Fire Emblem Echoes I also mentioned. So that leaves Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Not my favorite Monster Hunter, but I remember being really into this for a short period, like intensely into this for a short period of time. But I kind of fell off it hard. This is the game that added mounting, which is a little bit it kind of abusable, especially in this game. It's also the last time Monster Hunter added new weapon types, which is kind of crazy to think about.
But this is when we got
the Insect Glaive. Yeah. The Insect Glaive and I think the Charge Blade were added in 4. So that was pretty cool. Also, Pocket Card Jockey.
Gotta mention it.
Pocket Card Jockey is so much better than it has any right to be, and I love it for that. Just horse solitaire with breeding mechanics and the fact that your player character dies in the first 3 minutes of the game. Pocket Card Jockey is something else. And lastly, Guild 1. I don't know if that even counts as one game, but these were separate releases outside Japan.
I was about to mention
Arrow Porter and Crimson Shroud, and what was the third one? I mostly played Arrow Porter and Crimson Shroud, but
there was
a third one.
There was a few of them. There was 2 guilds.
There was a Guild 2 as well. Yeah.
So there was Liberation Maiden, Arrow Porter, Crimson Shroud, Weapon Shop, Diomasse.
Yeah, I don't think I've even played that one.
That one's not. It's fun too. It's a good one. I'm not sure the Guild 2. Yeah, it got a North American release. I just couldn't remember. Yeah, this is the one that has Attack of the Friday Monsters.
That I have played.
Yeah. Bugs vs. Tanks, the Starship Damry, which is like a visual novel, I think, isn't it? Nope, it's a first-person survival horror game. But anyway, these are all really good, smaller.
They're basically indie games, but they're made by
Level 5
series veterans.
Mm-hmm.
So Level 5 basically went to series veterans and said, "Hey, give me a pitch for an indie game, and we'll publish it on 3DS." And they kind of put them all together in these little packages. They're all really good games. So I had the 5 games, and really the 2 that kind of stand out to me that probably a lot of people didn't play is the first one is Ever Oasis, because it came out so late, and I don't think that I never really hear a lot of people talking about it, but it does a lot of really cool things. It's got a little bit of city building in it. it was a game that I now that I think back of it, I don't know how I ever put my Switch down to even play this game. Because most people had already put their 3DS in a box and moved on by the time it came out. But it is a really good RPG. And then the second game here that I have on my list that I wanted to talk about is Heroes of Ruin. This is kind of like almost like a looter RPG, almost like a Diablo, or like not quite a dungeon crawler. It kind of lacks the dungeon crawler aspects of Diablo, but it was really cool because it worked really well as a online multiplayer for like up to 4 players. It was really akin to like a Gauntlet Legends almost, with how it was structured. But this is the game that I actually bought a 3DS for. So I had a buddy that had a 3DS, and he was kind of telling me about it. He played the demo, and he's like, it's really cool. It's multiplayer. If you got a 3DS, we could actually play it online. So I bought a 3DS, and I bought this game, and we played that. And this is really kind of what got me back into Nintendo after a while of being gone. I had really played, I kind of skipped the Wii for the most part. We had one the last half of the life cycle there to play Mario Kart, but the 3DS was really my kind of like get back to Nintendo console first amongst all those things. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, Heroes of Ruin's actually a pretty good single player experience as well.
Isn't there am I crazy, or is there a Switch version?
Not that I know of.
Because I know it sounds familiar, but I
I'm
don't
not even
remember
sure who
3DS.
developed or published it. I just know that it was like a fun little... It's not even an RPG, really. It's more like... I guess you do gain levels.
Action RPG.
It's an action RPG, yeah. But it's more of like a hack and slash with some guns, with some RPG elements.
It's a junior RPG.
It's a junior RPG, yeah.
It is only for 3DS, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like, I recognize the name and I recognize the like artwork, but I don't.
There's like a big melee guy. There's a person that has a bow, and there's somebody that has like 2 machine guns, and like it just is all over the place. That's a lot of fun.
Nice. All right. Should we get into our
number
should. 1 to nobody's surprise? It's the game we're going to be talking more in depth about soon on topic Zelda. I'm assuming
you're
yours
talking about
is the
Pocket
same.
Card Jockey on
Yes.
topic Zelda.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, Epona guest stars in
We
it,
could
right?
fit it. Yeah, we could fit it in there.
Link Between Worlds is my favorite, hands down my favorite fully handheld Zelda game. I mean, I really do like Link's Awakening, Minish Cap, even the Oracle games, but this here, being a direct, I mean, I guess it's not a direct sequel because it's not the same Link, but being basically set in the same map as my favorite game of all time, Link to the Past, certainly does not hurt it. But it is, I don't know, I just feel like I'm going to gush about it forever, so I'll try not to do that here, but I really like how this played with 3D. I really liked the mechanic of becoming a 2D painting that could kind of explore these places in a new dimension, literally. I also, this is also the first time where you can go to the dungeons in any order that you want, really. I guess you can do that to some extent in like the original Zelda, and even somewhat a little bit in Zelda 2, but you're going to come up against something that's going to make it difficult.
More
at some
difficult,
point.
yeah.
This, you literally can get through any dungeons in any order successfully by renting items, which, is not my favorite mechanic, but it doesn't dissuade this from being so high up on the Zelda list for me. So I'll let John talk about it now because I'll save the rest for when we record that episode.
Yeah, no, I'm right there. This is a game that it wasn't even on my radar because it already kind of came out by the time I got my 3DS, and my brother-in-law let me borrow it, and I played through it in I don't know, it wasn't even a week. I just sat down and knocked it out, 100%. Got all the stuff. And even I know Shannon kind of disagrees with me a little bit, but I think that it does the alternate world or dark world even better than A Link to the Past. I like how many places you can enter the alternate world, and I like how it makes it to where there's some places you can only get to by going to it. They do a really good job at kind of sewing those two worlds together with a continuous strand, a string, and it's all these just little slight openings that take you from one to the other, which is, don't get me wrong, the different aspects of the Dark World from Link to the Past does a really good job with contrast, but there's just not that continuum or fabric that's holding the two worlds together near as tightly as there is in Link Between Worlds. Not saying that it's a better game, but I like the way that they've put the dark or the opposite world together better than in the original, which they only had 25 years to think about it, how to make it better or whatever, 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, we'll definitely talk way more about it in the episode. The game is so good, and anyone that hasn't played it needs to just go. Hopefully they can find a 3DS. It's less than $200 and play the game. The game itself is not very expensive.
No,
but it's great.
Yep. It's probably next to 3D Land. It's the game I found to make the best use of the 3D of the system. It's completely playable without. I was going to say they do work. It's another game where the 3D is really well done, but it's not mandatory.
Yes, but unlike 3D Land, I can recommend playing it without.
Right.
Whereas with 3D Land, I wouldn't even try to tell somebody to try to play that game without the 3D. It'd be all kinds of weird.
So if you only have a 2DS, this game is very playable. It's just it's truly enhanced with when playing with the 3D on. So,
all right, I think we should get to the community couch and talk through some of these top fives we got from our community.
Yeah, should we take turns doing it again?
Yeah.
Yep. And I assume everybody has no problem just finding it in Discord.
Yeah.
So I'll just start off with SNES's Life. Keeps it very succinct. In no order: Luigi's Mansion 2 Dark Moon, Kirby Planet Robobot, Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, Super Mario 3D Land, and Zelda A Link Between Worlds. So definitely some overlap with us. But that's the first mention here of Luigi's Mansion 2 and Shantae.
Yeah, Luigi's Mansion 2 is one of my top 10, but didn't crack the top 5. And man, Shantae is a good call out. That's a good game.
I need to put more time in those games because there's a lot of fun to be had. All right. Hoot said number 5, Pokemon Sun, which none of us mentioned Pokemon in any of this. But
I didn't even play Pokemon Sun.
I haven't played any of the Pokemons really.
So Pokemon Y was right outside my top 10. Pokemon is just hard to beat whenever hard to throw in a top 10 list for me when there's so many good original games. Where Pokemon kind of just plays on the same formula. It just moves to the next console.
Number 4 for him is Street Pass Me Plaza. Says still doesn't hasn't gotten all those darn puzzle pieces. Yeah, same. There was like nothing more than that thrill of seeing that you had successfully street passed somebody,
or even completed a puzzle. Like that was an amazing feeling.
Yeah. Oh, so good. Fire Emblem Awakening, number 3. I know we kind of talked about that. He says debatably the best in the series, and for a lot of people it is. We'll leave it at that. Number 2, Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. First time you could play Smash on the go. And number 1 for him, Kid Icarus Uprising. Haven't played a game like it before or since. Time for a sequel.
All things we just talked about.
Yes.
Okay, what do we got next here? We have...
I think
Savannah's next.
Okay, yes. It says they have some honorable mentions here. Pokemon Ultra Moon, objectively one of the best Pokemon games and one of my favorites, but Alpha Sapphire means more to me personally. Again, not that we don't like Pokemon, but I don't think any of us had Pokemon even close in our top 5s. Not that they're bad games, just not for us to be in here. Number 5, Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes. A great little multiplayer game. Wish they made a Switch version so it'd reach more people for online play.
This is crazy that this is the one on there, because I know for a lot of people, including myself, it's their least favorite Zelda. But I think a lot of that, to be fair, is because of the horrible online play. If you could play with somebody in the same room,
I was going to say,
the next thing, it was fine. But if you were playing just online against or with random people, I had a horrible experience, and it most of the time was like a slideshow trying to play it.
Yeah, as I say, I think it had local multiplayer, and maybe that's how they played it. But yeah, this is usually not on somebody's top 5. But if this is the only Zelda game you played on 3DS, then yeah, maybe this is a top 5 for you for sure.
And I would absolutely give it another chance on the Switch, because number 1, because then we'd be able to have actual decent play sessions and play with people online, and I think it would instantly make that game much better. And I played through that whole game solo, and that was a chore.
Even more painful. Now I have to redact what I said earlier, that nobody would have Mario and Luigi Dream Team on their top 5, because it is now on someone's top 5 at number 4 here. Great story and world. The Dream World aspects make for great set pieces. I'm not here to bash Dream Team, but in the world of all the other Mario and Luigi games, this one's probably close to the bottom for me.
At least it's not Paper Jam.
Paper Jam is the one that we were trying to think of.
Trying to remember the name of earlier.
This one is slightly better than Paper Jam, but I would definitely play one of the remakes.
Some of the abilities where you could Luigi could do these things because it was Dream.
Yeah, where you could stretch the mustache and fling himself.
I mean, there was some. It's not that there was no fun.
I just felt like it was less. But it had less of the things that I like from Mario and Luigi. Less of the RPG elements that we would get from them. It wasn't
as humorous to me either.
Yeah,
I mean, not that there wasn't any humor in it, but it just didn't click as much for me either. I'm with you.
Yeah. And then number 3,
I can see it.
Number 3 is Sam's number 1, Kirby Planet Robobot. So it's one of my favorite Kirby games and soundtracks, which we didn't even talk about the soundtrack, but that soundtrack is explosive. Like we need that on the Nintendo Music app.
Maybe we need to do a Kirby episode.
We need to do a Planet Robobot episode. We used to do a whole episode on that one.
Well, there you go. Well, on Topic Retro. There you go.
That's right. Number 2 is Pokemon Alpha Sapphire, my first Pokemon game, big part of my childhood, which was mentioned up above as well. And then number 1, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Gates to Infinity, my favorite game of all time. I've never been more emotionally attached to a story or characters than this game. So obviously they're a big Pokemon fan, having most of their
How do those mystery dungeon games play? How is it different than like regular Pokemon?
It's the dungeon crawler aspect.
One, but I assume it because I've played a couple of mystery dungeon games. Usually they play very similar to each other, but they do incorporate some elements from the series they're using. So, but yeah, it's a randomly generated dungeon map.
That's right. We talked a little bit about it when we talked dungeon crawlers.
And usually you have like a kind of like a move to attack kind of system. At least I think that's the case. I've mostly played Etrian Mystery Dungeon, but I remember borrowing a copy of Chocobo Mystery Dungeon at one point.
Cool. Well, thank you for the list, Savannah.
Yep. Next, we have Tim. Who's reading Tim's?
Tim has a longer comment. He says, I have a lot of favorites on the 3DS. This was hard. So I decided to add an additional rule to help me figure this out. Is it still on my 3DS digitally? All of these games I have downloaded, and if it had a physical edition, I have that too.
Nice.
The back half of the top 10, so honorable mentions basically. Rusty's Real Deal Baseball, Street Pass, Me Plaza, Mario Golf, I think that's supposed to be Mario Golf World Tour, a banger in the Indad's community when it came out. Star Fox 64 3D, Kid Icarus Uprising, Where's the Sequel, or even the remake. Number 5, though, is Moon Chronicles, an enhanced remake of 2009's DS game Moon. This was an episodic FPS developed by Renegade Kid for the 3DS eShop. I ate this up. Very atmospheric with a sense of doom. Number 4, Nano Assault EX, a twin-stick shooter set inside a microscopic cellular system where you pilot a ship to destroy viruses. The ship travels along cells similar to how Mario runs on a planet in Mario Galaxy.
Nice.
Number 3, Mario 3D Land. This is number 4 on my top Mario games list, just behind Mario Bros. 3, Odyssey, and World. That should tell you how much I love this game.
Nice.
Number 2, Metroid Samus Returns. Mercury Steam did an excellent job remaking Return of Samus, even adding an extra move in there for Samus, the parry. It felt so good to swat something away and blast it out of the air. Why isn't this on Switch yet? And it's Metroid, duh. Number 1, Legend of Zelda Link Between Worlds.
Yes.
This game brought me back to how I felt as a kid playing and beating my first Zelda game, the first game I ever beat, period. I mean, if Link to the Past is number 1 and this is number 2 on top 10 Zeldas, then this would be number 1 on the 3DS list.
Good choice.
I'm a little surprised he didn't put Metroid top, knowing Tim, but I don't know.
That's just the power of Zelda.
I consistently underestimate how much people like Link Between Worlds. I don't dislike it by any stretch, but
we have to bring out his Mario Golf. Like, not only is that a good 3DS game, that's the best Mario Golf game that there is.
That's the one you could do asynchronous tournaments, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I didn't put much time into that.
In a time where all other Mario sports games are just absolute trash for a long time there, this one just came out of nowhere and is amazing.
Also, I think we need to try to get Tim on our link to the Link Between Worlds episode.
Yeah. We got time. We'll get him on there. And then the last one here we have Flightsy sent us a...
Oh, yeah. I see it. I can read it. I'm not sure I actually have a top 5. I never truly got into the 3DS. I guess the only game I really put energy into completing was Kirby Planet Robobot. Good choice. So that takes top spot by default. There were many Kirby games on the system: Kirby Triple Deluxe, Kirby Battle Royale, Kirby's Extra Epic Yarn. I forgot the Extra Epic Yarn was on there.
Yep, that was after Switch as well.
Yeah, 3D classics, Kirby's Adventure, Kirby's Fighters Deluxe, DDD's Drum Dash, Team Kirby Clash Deluxe. Some of these are going to be tongue twisters. Kirby's Blowout Blast, and I plan to play them all eventually when I review the whole Kirby franchise. But I just finished the first review, so that's not going to be for a while. Did either of you guys play the 3D Classics Kirby's Adventure?
No.
It is kind of a cool little experience.
Haven't downloaded, but I need to play it.
It's the 3D Classics, right? So it is just Kirby's Adventure, but it's visually.
The problem is the only 3DS that I have right now out is my 2DS, so it kind of defeats the purpose.
Yeah, not going to do much for you there, but it is a cool little experience that I recommend.
I do find it funny that he skipped the 3DS, which had the most Kirby games.
Yeah, right.
Triple Deluxe is really good too.
It is.
I mean, it definitely gets overshadowed by Robobot. And I've said for a long time too, like, I don't know why people are so down on Star Allies, other than it's not Robobot. But I mean, like, every game looks bad next to Kirby Planet Robobot. So,
I mean, you're comparing it to the best game.
Yeah, the best Kirby game at the very least.
Right. Yep. Then he said there's Mario and Luigi Dream Team and Rhythm Heaven Mega Mix, which I'm highly interested in, but haven't actually played a lot of. I played some Rusty's Real Deal Baseball when I got a used 3DS, but since I synced that to my Nintendo account, I've lost access to it. What? I'm trying to remember why that would be.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, so I guess it was the previous user's copy download.
That makes sense.
Okay. So he synced the 3DS to his Nintendo account and then lost access to that previous owner's Rusty's Real Deal Baseball.
He said, I've 100%ed Hey Pikmin, but I don't really feel strongly enough to give it a top 5 spot when by default. I guess what I'm learning is I really got to give this console some more time of the day. Absolutely. This is a great console. And probably, for me, it's right up there with the GBA as one of the best exclusive, like, only handhelds. I'm not including Switch or Switch 2 there. But
I feel like the 3DS has, like, one of the best first-party Nintendo libraries of, like, handhelds. Like, it just has a lot of bangers, one after another.
Very true. Very, very true.
Maybe in some ways a benefit of its console competitor being the Wii U.
Its counterpart in the grand scheme of things just fell on its face. So
I am surprised. Out of all the three of us and everybody who, I know we were kind of short notice on the community couch this time, but nobody mentioned Animal Crossing.
Oh, yeah.
I was expecting somebody to mention it, at least.
I know New Leaf is like a big one if you're Animal Crossing person. I mean, I don't think any of the three of us are like huge mega Animal Crossing.
It would be interesting to see if it would be on Dan's list.
Oh, 100% it's on Dan's list. I'd
love to get Dan's list for this 3DS.
I know it would be. He's a big Animal Crossing guy.
Yeah.
I remember playing a lot of it when I got my 3DS. It was a very good, because I mean, like I said, I picked it up late. I got several games, and it was kind of nice to have, when you get a bunch of games, to have like Animal Crossing, and it's like, okay, I did everything there is to do today. Now I'm going to play Fire Emblem or Kid Icarus or whatever.
And then Dan would have Star Fox 64.
There, but like all Animal Crossing games, like I just fell off it so hard.
There's just not enough there sometimes.
Yeah, that's how it is.
I don't think that's it.
Yeah, that's it for the community couch. Any last thoughts on the 3DS? A game you just remembered that you forgot, or maybe falsely remembered was on the 3DS, like I did with Bowser's Inside Story. I'm pretty sure I played it entirely on my 3DS.
Probably,
to be fair.
Castlevania Lords of Shadow is probably worth at least mentioning. It's a good kind of like 2.5D Castlevania game.
I remember playing the Kingdom Hearts 3D quite a bit. It's a lot better than the DS one. I
know a lot of people also like the I'll never say it right. The rhythm game that's all Final Fantasy stuff. The theater
rhythm.
Oh, that probably makes more sense.
Another one too. No one mentioned Mario Kart 7.
Yeah,
I mean, we mentioned it, just not in the lists.
Yeah, I think Shannon mentioned it briefly, playing it with his kid, but I don't think any of us mentioned it as like even in our honorable mentions or top 5, or the community. Nobody did.
I have a hard time playing it more than like one round of races without hand cramping.
Yeah,
personally, but it's got some good courses.
Well, it was like the thing before Mario Kart 8 came out. Like everybody was playing 7.
Mm-hmm. The online worked pretty well, if I'm remembering correctly, didn't it?
Yeah, no, the online worked really good on it. Kind of surprisingly good compared to other things that had online on the 3DS. They were pretty rough.
I think though it was hard playing for me at least online because of I'm just not near as good as most of the people that you would find playing it online. And so yeah, there's mostly something I just played with my kid.
Another one that's worth mentioning is the Ultimate NES Remix.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of combine the first two games.
Yeah, there's some good ones here. We just, somebody might even have Detective Pikachu on there.
They might.
But, yeah.
There was Project Steam, or what was that one?
Codename Steam. Sam
Codename Steam. Nobody put Codename. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I like Codename Steam. I don't spend a whole lot of time playing Codename Steam. Mm-hmm. It's I think it's worth revisiting, but as far as top 5 material, there's a lot that would crowd it out even of the top 10. So
that's actually a game I won from. I think I won from Free Stuff Friday. I think
we've given away quite a few copies of Codename Steam
because
you can
between Sam and I
for like $6. Yeah.
Well, my local had like a truckload of them sealed, so I bought like
the thing is,
5 or 6
I actually
for $5 a piece or something.
My copy is it won't read anymore. Something happened to it.
So did you give away your good copy and then?
Yeah, I guess so. I hope that copy worked. One I have doesn't. That's Fire Emblem Amiibo support. That's the funny thing.
And that's something, we've really got to start thinking about in the, maybe not as much for 3DS games, but I have quite a few DS games that just don't want to fire up. Like they take a lot of effort to get working.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Like my copy of Spirit Tracks when I was trying to go back and play it.
I do still want a sequel to Codename Steam, though. Dude, literally, I'm not even joking. Like, I would be so hype for the character speculation for Codename Steam 2, like on the level of Smash Bros. Why, in a game based on that is a shooter, a strategy like shooter, Valkyria Chronicles type game with characters adapted from American literature, do we not have Atticus Finch as a playable character who is canonically a crack shot?
No, there you go.
I don't get it. That's why we need Codename Steam 2.
I think we can't possibly top that.
No, I think that's got to be the end of the show there. That's just used all the energy he had.
Yep, that's it. I'm done. That's all for now. I have to go play more Animal Crossing New Leaf on my Nintendo 3DS.
This is an NBC. Come on,
before.
Get out of here.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Goodbye.
Later.